I wasn't happy with the person who I was. I just couldn't fit the mold of like normal society. And I'd always had a bit of an edge to me. I can now see now it was a point of difference. Like the average dude can't run a construction company at 22. They can't shift their life and move countries. So it didn't quite make sense in my younger years, but as I got older and I understood how to control the discipline side of being committed to something and doing something properly, that's where the confidence comes from. It's not an arrogance thing. It's not an imposter syndrome anymore. It's like, I have done so much hard work and I put myself in positions that people can't even fathom to now being like, okay, this is my resume of what I've done.
We're joined by Daniel Hughes, a punter for San Francisco City College, New Mexico, and now Florida State. He was a Ray Guy Award finalist, an award given to the top punter in the country, and even more impressive, he was a business owner in Australia who sold his company at age 25 to pursue his dreams as a punter. Daniel, what's it like to be a former business owner, 27 years old, and have someone class check you?
Very humbling, it's almost like a pinch me moment. I went from being 22 to 25, having multiple employees, being responsible for their livelihoods and obviously their weekly paychecks and their annual salaries, to having someone with a pen and paper making sure I'm rocking up to class on time. So it's awesome.
Can you share quickly what was your business and how did you get into it?
Yeah, so it was a high residential carpentry company. I ended up doing a lot of high-end residential builds in Melbourne, Victoria. I did a little bit of work in like inner suburbs and country suburbs. Pretty much we'd build anywhere from $100,000 reno to a multi-million-dollar build.
And why did you want to sell it to pursue football?
I'd always wanted to be a professional athlete. Since I was young, since I was very little, I always wanted to be playing football, just doing something with sport. I pretty much just stuffed around when I was younger, didn't pursue it properly how I'm doing it now. I ended up leaving school early, did a carpentry apprenticeship, started my own business, did really well. But I was miserable, man. Like being such a young business owner in that industry, like that plays with your head more than people can understand.
And you go from a business owner transitioning to football. Take us through your journey from Australia to the US.
For sure. So at the age of 20, I was 24, 25. I got in touch with Pro Kick Australia, Nathan Chapman, John Smith, little shout out to the boys back home. Pretty much called them up. I was like, hey, I've just finished up playing football in Australia at the semi-pro level. I want to give this punting thing a go. They're like, cool. Pretty much you catch up with them. Go to a paddock, you kick one or two balls. I said, yep, you can do this. You can be trained. Off you go. They pretty much said, look, I have the potential to go to the NFL. I have a big leg. You'd be silly not to do it. Pretty much went home, had a chat to a few people, and I was like, I'm going to do this. So I ended up calling my 2IC at the time, Adam Lynch. He ended up buying my company. I said, hey, do you want to buy LC Design and Construction? He goes, absolutely fucking not. I'm not touching it. Anyway, we sat back. I showed him my books. He was like, okay, I'd be silly not to buy this. So we went through that process. It was probably like 6 months of me pretty much going to site. I'd be in my full work uniform. I would then check on the boys. I would then drive to Pro Kick, get changed, put my pads on, start punting, and then I'd go back and check on the boys again. We had to keep it hidden for 6 months. So there was me trying to transition from teaching Adam how to run the company to then me training secretly, because we didn't want the company to go to shit. So I was like, look, we're going to do this properly. And then over about 6-7 months, I was punting full time and ended up in San Francisco. From San Francisco, I had a season, went to New Mexico. From New Mexico, now FSU.
Yeah. How did you land on San Francisco to begin with?
So Pro Kick had a connection through two coaches, Coach Nuno and Coach Larry Grant. They had a punter there, Lou Headley, who went there. I think it was like 2013, 2014. We knew the coaches there. They were like, cool, we can get some game experience with Daniel, see how he goes and try getting picked up again. I had a really average season. It was like 37, 38 yards average. I got a couple of offers, but couldn't take them because of my international issues, like my transcripts. I wasn't eligible. I had to finish my GED, double A degree equivalent, and then I got picked up by New Mexico.
And you killed it at New Mexico. What was it like to be a finalist for the Ray Guy Award?
Very, very honored. It was a lot of reward for a lot of hard work. I almost think I could have been a finalist just with the season I had and the stats that I had and a lot of the situational punts that I had. But that was just giving me another drive to go again this season.
I love your confidence, man. You want to be the best. You have the Ray Guy Award tattooed on your body with some blank space for the number and the logo. Where does the confidence come from?
I think it's earned. I wasn't like this when I was younger. I think it's very much imposter syndrome. Like I wasn't happy with the person who I was. I just couldn't fit the mold of like normal society. And I'd always had a bit of an edge to me. I can now see now it was a point of difference. Not a normal, but like the average dude can't run a construction company at 22. They can't shift their life and move countries. So it didn't quite make sense in my younger years, but as I got older and I understood how to control the discipline side of being committed to something and doing something properly, that's where the confidence comes from. It's not an arrogance thing. It's not an imposter syndrome anymore. It's like, I have done so much hard work and I put myself in positions that people can't even fathom to now being like, okay, this is my resume of what I've done.
Hey, quick pause. If this conversation is providing you value, please take literally 5 seconds and hit that follow or subscribe button on your app. This is the best way to make sure that you don't miss any value from future episodes. Now back to the conversation. Just stacking the proof.
For sure.
Where does the idea for the tattoo come into play?
Yeah. So my legs are covered, my back's covered, my arms are still bare, my stomach was still bare. I just started punting, and I'm a big believer in manifesting and speaking what you want into existence, and vibration and frequency. And anybody who's done a bit of research on this, I understand what I'm talking about. In my mind, it was, I'm not going to do this half-heartedly. So I'm going to manifest this Ray Guy award that I'm going to win. So I put it on the side of my stomach. I took off Ray Guy's logos of the Raiders and I took off his number. So then whatever school I'm at and whatever number I'm wearing, that's the tattoo that's going to get filled in under the year as well.
Talk to us a little bit about the mindset of being a punter in the game. You never know. You can anticipate, but you never know when your name's going to be called.
For sure. It's really hard. Like I went from a game where I was playing 70, 80% game times. I've now got, if I'm lucky, 4 or 5 reps. That's on a good day. You have to stay warm for anywhere from 3 to 7 hours, depending how long the game goes for. You warm up 2 hours before people even get there. So like, say the game's at 12 o'clock, I'm already on the field by 10. Like it's crazy. You have to make sure you don't overkick. You have to make sure you keep your mind sharp. You've hydrated, you're eating properly, and you have to kind of stay neutral emotionally, which is ironic because anybody who knows me, I'm like this. Like I don't play that card. I like being an extrovert. I like feeling the emotions. I like getting around the boys. So that adjustment for me has been pretty intense.
Who are some of the punters that you look up to?
Lou Headley, number one, purely because big tatted guy, had a scaffolding business, went to Miami for 4 years, which is kind of funny. So I'm just down the road. I've watched a lot of Tory Taylor. He was a Hawkeye, won the Ray Guy, same again. Brett Thorson, he just won the Ray Guy for Georgia. And then the guys in the league now, like Cam Johnson, shorter dude, but just boots the ball I couldn't believe. And probably now Michael Dixon as well.
I'm curious, what are 3 habits from your life as a business owner that give you an unfair advantage in your locker room with 18-year-old freshmen?
My organization with time. So I've got a mullet, I'm covered in tattoos, but behind that, there is such a strict schedule. Like I have my life planned out. I have everything organized. I don't leave anything to chance. Like I'll go to bed with everything folded out the night before. My bag is packed. My food is organized. I even lay the stuff in the order that I'm going to put it on. Like that advantage that I have mentally, the 18-year-old, 19-year-old boys, they just can't compete with that. But they're lucky because I'm not trying to be a linebacker, a quarterback, or a tight end. I'm just trying to punt. So they don't care.
Yeah, I love that, man. I know the common saying is, trust the process, but you've dialed it in where it's show me the process that you trust. And you've got all of the little details that sounds like ironed out to exactly what Daniel needs.
For sure. That's years though. Like if you're an 18 to 22-year-old guy, like I was never like that. I was out, I was drinking, I was hanging out, I was chasing girls. That comes as you get older. So you would know as well. Once you hit that 24, 25, 26, this whole thing kicks in and you just kind of just chill out a little bit and realize where are your priorities? What do you want to do?
So what if you're playing against your rivals? You're playing versus the Florida Gators and you shank a punt. What's your 5-second reset?
Number one, I'm not shanking a punt. So that's not happening, but it's next rep. Next rep, same as quarterback. They miss their throw, whatever, pick six, doesn't matter. It's next rep. And that's where this comes into it. It's you can't ride the emotions and you can't go too low. Like if I put someone on the one, I'm going to celebrate. I'm going to enjoy that 5 minutes, but then it's straight back down to here. And it's like, okay, I might have to go back there again in 5 minutes and I might be pinned down in the end zone. So it's really just, you're as good as your next rep. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you could put one sentence on a billboard for every college athlete to see, what would it say?
Delayed gratification. Delayed gratification, I think is, there's so many, man. Oh, wow. I have like a board of quotes right in front of me. I'm having a look over, see if I can see them. But I think delayed gratification because especially somewhere like FSU, ASU, huge party schools, man. Like there's not much to do in sort of like the community in the town as such, but the party culture is big. You have to trust that, not chasing that short-term dopamine to either go to the league or make bank on NIL or have endorsements coming through. You have to trust that that big night out is not going to be worth your, I don't know, $1 million contract in 2 years' time.
Yeah, that seems to be getting harder and harder to do these days, delay gratification.
For sure, but it also separates a lot of people as well. So if you've got guys who can understand that, and I think a lot of guys in college systems now are getting that because they've got guidance from parents, they've got agents. Reality is agents are running this thing now. And if they get a percentage per NIL, they want their players doing the right thing. Kids are going to be kids, guys are going to go out. But if you can talk about 6 to 7 figures for an 18, 19-year-old, something has to click at some point.
Yeah, I agree. While it may be harder to set those things aside, it's also never been easier to separate yourself in that aspect.
Exactly right.
What are some things, or maybe just one thing, that very few people know about Daniel?
Ooh, I'm learning to play piano again.
Love it. Love it,
Yeah, I
man. Love
played
it.
when I was younger. I was okay. I was nothing special, and then I bought a keyboard when I was in New Mexico. I probably played it a handful of times, and I've got it with me now in Florida. So I'm picking that back up.
Awesome. Daniel, simple wins is more than just a scoreboard. What does simple wins mean to you?
Simple wins is the daily checklist, I think. So starting your day off right. For an athlete, it's you're waking up, you're making your bed, you're brushing your teeth, you're keeping everything organized, you're sorting your hydration, you're always on time, you're doing as you're told, you're lifting when you need to lift, you're lifting with intent, you prepare well, you sleep well, you eat well. Those little things at the time don't seem like a big deal, but you stack all of that, they become massive, massive wins.
Daniel, you're very impressive. I love your personality, love your confidence, love your approach to things. Where can people find you online?
So Instagram is DHughes__. Same on TikTok, and my YouTube's just kicking off. It's Daniel Hughes Punter 94, I think. Just type in Daniel Hughes, you'll find it.
We'll put it in the show notes, man. Appreciate you.
Likewise, appreciate you too.
I have one final question for you. Who else would benefit from listening to this conversation? If you have someone in mind, go ahead and share the episode with them right now. If you don't think of anyone immediately, go ahead and leave us a review on whatever platform you're on so people just like you can find the episode. Thank you for your time. Stay strong.